Good morning and welcome to the first edition of our program TVC Breakfast. That's Monday edition. My name is Etoma Edu.
Well, good morning, Nigeria. It's a brand new month. It's Monday, and we're here to make sure that you're updated with everything happening in our beloved country, Nigeria. The name is Ria Abdul. Thanks for joining us.
Indeed, Nigeria, you heard her. It is time for breakfast. You could be anywhere, but you're choosing to be here with us on the TVC Breakfast Show. You are very welcome. My name is Olamide Odekunle.
Happy New Month to everyone absolutely watching TVC Breakfast this morning. It's a beautiful day, wet this part of the Lagos, but on the table it's dry this morning. My name is Nelson Etta. Welcome to TVC Breakfast.
Happy New Month. It's not dry on the table.
Nelson, it's always good to have you, Nelson.
Absolutely.
Right now in Nigeria.
Nelson is going to be wet. This table will be wet very soon. Don't worry. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to chew on.
Always a lot to talk about.
It's a new month, just 1 month to Christmas. Olamide, how do you feel?
The year has absolutely flown by, and when I think about the fact that every day, you guys, we've shown up here, Monday to Friday, as
in
a
rain,
team,
in sun,
standing for Nigeria and with Nigeria, it blows my mind.
And I love the fact that I said our beloved country, because Nigeria is our own at the end of the day. Well, there's a lot to talk about on the show this morning. You know how we do it. At some point, Nelson will take us through the newspaper review. Everything that has made headline to the newspaper, we get to speak about it. And then we have an interview where we will speak on security. In Abuja, the FCT Brave will also speak on security. And then Olamide will take us through trending. And then we're also going to speak on NELFUND. So there's a lot to talk about this morning. Please make sure you grab your cup of coffee and let's have a fantastic show. Now, we'll start with the story where the Nigerian Education Loan Fund has achieved a major milestone, surpassing 1 million applications on a student's loan platform since its official launch on May 24, 2024. Now, this remarkable feat underscores the impact of President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, which continues to build public confidence in government-led empowerment initiative and expand access to higher education for Nigerians nationwide. Now, since its inception, NELFUND has disbursed over 116 billion naira in student loans, providing tuition and maintenance support to students across universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education throughout the country. Now, this milestone reaffirms the administration's dedication to human capital development and inclusive national growth. Commenting on the achievements, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of NELFUND, Akintunde Soya, described it as a defining moment in Nigeria's journey towards equitable education financing. This is a good one because, Etoma, I always stand for education. So I'm happy to see that, you know, we have this amount of people that, you know, want to go to school, but they need loans. But where I now worry about the fact is that we have a lot of Nigerians that want to go to school, they cannot afford it. I pray that NELFUND will be able to follow through with this, because it's not just about applications. Like, we're receiving over 1 million applications. These people that are applying, will they really get, you know, the funds? Oftentimes, we've spoken about, you know, a lot of universities hiking it, just making it difficult for students. I'm happy that a lot of Nigerian students now know that education is important and want to go to school. But the only thing that now worries me is, you know, will all of them actually get, you know, the loan?
That's a question you ask the oracle. You know, 1 million is a very poor representation of the population of Nigerian students. But for an initiative that just started, sponsored by government, taking all the trust deficit into consideration and so on, it's a major milestone. So I can understand why NELFUND is celebrating that figure. But it tells me that quite a number of students that actually want access to NELFUND still do not have access to NELFUND. You know, so my plea, so to say, is both to NELFUND and to our universities. NELFUND, keep the work going. Keep doing what you're doing. It's novelty. We've not seen it like this in Nigeria before. So we are really happy with what you're doing. But strive to support more students. You know, encourage more to register so you can support them. And the universities, it's students' loan. These children will pay back. It's a loan. It's not a grant. So why hike fees? Why create some kind of other fees because you know these children are taking these loans. It's just not right.
I always say, when we say things like this, I'll say, Naman, they do man at the end of the day. Olamide, I'm happy that although 1 million is not like a perfect representation, but I'm still happy we'll still get to celebrate our little wins. We have, you know, over 1 million applicants saying that they want to go to school, they want the funds. You know, we know that NELFUND became very active in 2004, and we must give them the accolades. They're doing a great job. But then again, we worry about, you know, the disbursement of money for this you know, students. We're happy that they're saying that, okay, more students can get loan, but would this money really be given to them? And also, how long can we contain it, the sustainability?
Absolutely. I think what NELFUND will need to do now, you know, the applications are great and we've seen a lot of students have gotten that disbursement, but they will need to put proper repayment structures in place and transparent management systems and accountability to make sure that people don't take advantage of the loopholes in the system. Like Etoma rightly said, there are many institutions right now that are hiking their fees. But this number, 1 million applicants, we are seeing that, like Etoma rightly said, this trust deficit. Many students are now beginning to have confidence in government-led education initiatives, and that is an upward spiral. What I enjoy particularly about NELFUND is that they're not just funding tuition, they're funding human capital. And it's in human capital that lies Nigeria's long-term growth, if you ask me. I think my main thing, like Etoma rightly said again, is inclusion. I want children in rural, students in rural communities, in impoverished communities to get the dividends and the benefits of NELFUND. But again, an investment in human capital is an investment in Nigeria's long-term growth.
Etoma, you are rightfully saying things this morning. I love it.
Etoma will rightfully
say the facts. Now, so let me come to you here. We're talking about NELFUND.
Nelson, if you say it like Etoma rightly said.
Oftentimes, we understand the importance of education. We have cried that most Nigerian students do not get to go to school. And if you have a country where your students or your citizens are not going to school, at the end of the day, there's going to be a serious problem because education is very vital.
Absolutely.
Now we worry about the continuity of this. Now the disbursement of these funds, you know, how is it going to follow through? Are they really going to get it? And Nelson, I want you to really speak on the universities that now want to be wicked to hike these prices, making it difficult for these students to actually access this loan.
Indeed. So there are three things, and let's try to handle all three of them. Number one, Olamide was talking about the possibility of this getting to people who really need it. We've had the DG of NELFUND here quite a number of times. In fact, the last time he came, I asked him the process involved in the disbursement of these funds. Number two is that the monies don't get to students directly. They don't send it to your account personally, even if you are part of the applicant or you've met the requirements to be, you know, enrolled in the scheme. The money is not sent to you. It is actually sent to the university. So the university, let's say, for instance, all your cost for that year is 100,000, for instance. They send the money to Nelson Eta's registration number 2, University of Lagos, for instance, to cover my tuition and all of that for that year, 100,000 naira. So it doesn't get to the students personally. And so it's important for students to know that. So these numbers, you're not going to get the money in your account personally. The reason why it is so that it can be monitored.
Of course.
The purpose, like you keep saying, Rhea, education is that students can have access to education, whether you can afford it or not, especially the ones who can't afford it. And so if we give it to you personally, you know, it could go for pizza and bread.
Business, actually.
Exactly. So NELFUND is sending it to the universities. Now, the third one is monitoring the universities to ensure that the monies that has been sent for me, my education, would be utilized by the university accurately, which is one of the things I asked him the last time he was here about the scandal that came up you know, within NELFUND and the universities. Hiking fees and doing all those kind of things, was trying to get around. And he talked about that there was an investigation going on and that they have also policies to term them to ensure that they stay on course.
There's a lot we can speak. There's a lot to talk about it, especially the hiking of the fees is something that is just totally unacceptable. But yes, we give it to the government, we give it to NELFUND. We need to see more numbers. We need to see more Nigerian students really educated.